and I'm gonna mute myself. You guys can take care of it. Uh,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eclipsing Tides. My name is Loki, and I'm joined here by Adrian. Adrian, how are you tonight?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited for this game today. We've got two pretty good teams. It looks like we were taking a look at them earlier today. So we have Gigi, Grandma, and ET. I'm not gonna. Came around to tell me how to pronounce this.
Penumbral.
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 Okay.
Okay. The production, you're not showing the thing. I mean, not showing the draft. You're showing specifically league.
Alright. Listen, we're working out
All
the
right.
technical
All right.
little difficulty aspect of it. So,
Yes. Yes.
all
So
right.
we
So we
will
do have
get started
some
after the
bands coming out here. As actually, Adrian and I were talking about at the beginning of the stream. We see the Master Yi, the Aurelian Soul, and Jack's band come out from the side of Gigi Grandma. We have Ivern and Fiora band so far on the side of Eclipsing Tides, and it says Blood Moon, but we all know who it is.
There
So,
is a Kais. Yes, there is a Kaisa band. This is a very common pick. For Shell and Frost, and the card this insta like that is going straight into the hands. Actually, I'm not too sure who that's going towards.
I mean, that
Um,
could actually be flexed in like three different positions.
yes, you are absolutely correct. There are so many options here. So many options here. Here you see Fortis Cartus, and I'm curious to see where this will go. And instead, it's gonna be Ash locked in.
Ooh,
That
Ash.
is
That's a
that is
great
also a
pick,
good pick.
actually. I mean, like, Ash is one of the strongest AD carries in the meta right now, so.
Yes, yes, especially with her newfound synergy, with Trinity Force, she is going to be very good for her. And she's bound to be very strong here.
Ooh.
The draft is no longer being shown.
I know, like, Cam's killing us today, I swear.
Very good, very good. All right, all right. There is the leader locked in there. That's probably gonna go into hands of Source Walker. Because of the fact that Source Walker, you see his Yi is very easily, banned out. And then we're gonna have a Seraphine locked in by Silver Straits. Yeah.
Way to
And
call out your players there.
and now right here, okay. I'm be honest. I would like to see a Thresh here because Ash Thresh is the very safe bot lane, and that's a lane that you kind of can just leave to their own devices. Like you
Yeah.
can leave them on their own and Kindred will be locked in. Um,
I would say
into
Rel here, actually. Like, Ash Rel, Ash Melio are like one of the top duos um, in the meta right now. But, ooh, the Rakan is Hubbard, which is actually it's not an awful pick. I don't hate it.
it is not the worst, but it is also not necessarily the best because there are better options. You see Dentist or Khan. And now honestly in his bot lane, okay, I kind of want to see a Lulu chosen here. And you see that let me see, and then you just ban out like two good top laners. You see like that would
Mhm.
be reasonably locked in. But instead the Ornn will be locked in. This is honestly a good option here. Will Mess with Food, does love Ornn. He plays it a lot. That is his most played champion. But his Jax is a higher priority because of the fact that it is monstrous in solo queue.
Yeah.
But the Ornn is locked in here. And now,
I mean,
honestly,
the Ornn upgrade starting at level 14 is going to be something that Gigi is going to want to watch out for.
I'm banning away to Syndra, a very you see one of Silver Shake's. I don't know. I'm not Silver Shake's. One of Ikeda's, one of Ikeda's best champions. But instead of Oriana ban will come up, which is also a very strong champion for him. And there goes the Aurelia.
You know what? Aurelia is always a safe ban. I hate that champion. I feel
Really?
like I have that gray screen bug every time she's in like on the enemy team. So
Yeah, well,
I,
yeah, well, yeah, well, yeah, well. Then again, you play ADC. So, see, so that's a bug that happens with many champions. And banning out to Syndra here. So Akeda just getting two bans out onto Akeda. Not even worrying about this top lane because, well, reasonably so. There's not too many other champions that can be chosen into this. But however, my main concern here is a set because I mean, because this is set into a very health stacking Ornn. I'm I'm a bit worried to see the set pick fall into Grandma's hands, and
you know, actually, I would be more concerned with seeing something like a Fizz or, I mean, they haven't played much of Fizz, but if you know what you're doing and you have like a basic understanding of what the champ uh, does, then that can just ruin someone's day in mid lane. So,
yes, especially this presumably the Seraphine and the Rel being covered.
ooh,
We can expect to see a Samira Rel or maybe even a field. You see that's because the fact that you see these champions are very very strong enough. And the Rel's locked in. This is probably going to try and set up for either an Aphelios or a Samira. I would like to see an Aphelios because despite the very recent nerf, Aphelios is still one of the best ADCs in the game right now. And and he synergizes very well with Rel.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one regarding Aphelios. I don't think that he's as strong as like he should be or people want him to be. But I do think that's a Seraphine APC.
Ooh,
I'm gonna call that one.
that is also a good call here. Here, you see, and also, I mean, also to like bounce onto that. You see, we can even get a Tristana. So it can be a pretty ambiguous draft here. You see that the
Yeah.
set is locked in here, and the Cassia, an interesting blind pick.
Ooh.
Yeah, especially because like this can still be a surfing bot lane. Cassio is a bit of a, not the in my opinion, not the greatest pick. Let me see, because now this leaves you see something like either a Filios, you see, or something you can go like Alessandro, which would complement your draft very, very well.
The
Um,
only issue with that is that there's gonna be no AD. If they're gonna take a Seraphine APC, which is gonna be what my assumption this is that they need an AD mid laner, which there you go. Is the change that
yes, yes, you're not wrong at all there. However, the concern is there. The concern is there though. Seraphine is not, in my opinion, Seraphine is not enough. AP. So you're gonna have to decide whether you want, not enough AP or not 80. An ATP is settling with not, I say not enough, but less than you would normally like. And in my opinion, ETP this comp is lacking a lot. You don't have too much damage except for this Jace here. So
I
that's
think that
kind of
Jace has the
concerned.
ability to do what he needs to do, but he's gonna need to be careful of that Cassiopeia because once she throws that miasma down, you're not gonna be able to get over that barrier. So
That is correct there. That is going to be a pretty big concern. However, as soon as this Ornn reaches level 14, so around like the 25 to 30 minute mark, this Jace will be allowed to do even more. You see, especially into a relatively squishy comp here. You see, this Ash, Kindred, Cassio. This is pretty squishy. The only concern that you see, is like potential peel from Rakan or Set. So um grandma's is they're really gonna have to work hard to um basically to keep this Jace from not doing what he wants. And you see, and they have plenty of tools to do that. You have the Asher Khan. You're very much able to stop this Jace. Um there are plenty of ways to do that. And I'll be honest, I do favor grandma's as conqueror because the only thing that they necessarily lack is a stable front line. Um
okay,
all right. All right.
yeah, stop ridiculous. creepy man behind the curtain here. I'm gonna have to say, like, I do like Eclipsing Tides draft. Um, I'm not a fan of the Rakan pick. The Kindred's gonna have to play extremely safe. And everyone's pretty much gonna have to escort her around the map to be able to get her marks. So as long as that happens, then I think that GG does have a solid chance. But I know Cam said that we were going to the draft
Hey, yes,
or the
yes,
spectator.
the
Yeah,
truth
I
domain.
can't talk
Yeah,
today.
you're okay. You're okay. Um, I'm curious to know why you. I'm curious to know why you favor ET.
I'm sorry, what was I turning you out?
I'm curious to know why you favor ET, I'm curious to know why you favor the draft more.
So
Because like I understand that the Rakan, like is a, like is not the best pick. Um,
yeah.
um, but, but, but ET is lacking a lot here actually. So that's kind of my concern with it.
So I mean, I am an EDC player. Um, but I personally love Seraphine. I think that she does exactly what like she needs to do, and you have Rel with a lockdown, so that bot lane is actually it's pretty solid because you've got the Rel engage, the stun, like the movement speed, and then you've got Seraphine with the heal, the speed up as well. Her Q can be a lockdown, and then you just or her E is a lockdown, and then you just throw Q on top of it, and she can do a significant amount of damage. So I'm not discounting this bot lane at all.
Yes. Yes. The concern is not with the bot lane. However, my main concern here, you see, is that this set, if this set, will grab this Ornn, you grab this Ornn, and you see what's ultimate, that's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a lot of damage on anyone that lands on. You see, which is most likely going to be the Seraphine. Um,
Yeah.
you see, because it's most likely going to be a Seraphine, or even the Jace. So the targets that you want to protect, set will have a pretty decent way to get onto them. You see, and there's not too much peel. Like there's like it's not going to be very easy to stop this set, to stop this con.
Mm-hmm.
From getting in, just ceasing, Seraphine and Jace, and see, and honestly, once the Jace is gone, there's not much damage. There's not much damage in general. Unless unless this Udyr, is going like is going like full damage, you're not gonna have you know you're not gonna have the damage that you'd like.
I know. I'm like you. I'm a
Fair enough.
believer. All right. All
All
right.
right.
We are going to go on a quick spectator delay to get ready for game number one. So don't go anywhere. Adrian and I shall return.
wait, wait, wait. I think I saw someone in the chat. I see the source market plays on lock screen. I think it's I think I read that correctly. The source walker supposedly plays on lock screen.
I think you're good. Need. I no. I'm
Also,
gonna share your screen.
nope.
No.
You were okay. All right. We make our way. We make our way onto the rift, and um, honestly, I expect a very okay. This could be a very aggressive level one here. And this is exactly what we're going to see here. King Coney walking up,
Oh yeah.
threatening. This going to be a face breaker.
I think that they're just kind of trying to apply some pressure there in the jungle, get some vision placed down because it does look like there's a ward. I'm seeing that correctly on camp screen.
There is in fact a ward from Grandma there. Yes. Um,
I mean, it does
yes,
look like their
yes,
standard 5 point otherwise on the side of
yes, yes.
the
This is a very
teammate.
basic. Source Walker is starting top side here. Here, you see, as opposed to Sunset starting in the bot side. And so we can expect to see you see maybe some bot lane action here. You see at around the three, you see at around the 3 minute mark, 3:30. So it depends. Um, you see if see if Joss can control his waves well enough. And
Um,
okay, well, so you put bot lane. What can we expect to see from this bot?
um, one, I'm very confused as to why Seraphine picked up a support item. Like, is there something that I'm missing
Oh
here?
wait, oh wait, I barely
There's a
realized that.
double support item
Oh,
in bot lane.
oh,
Oh
that
no.
is
That's unfortunate because that's
yeah,
going to
that
set her
is
behind because she should be starting at Tyr or Doran's ring. But all it really will do is it's going to hinder the level here. But this Ash, I'm expecting a lot of aggression from. Like, yes, she does scale. Like, she scales like very hard. Um, but I'm going to expect her to apply some serious pressure with those empowered Qs. So
yes,
we're,
yes,
we're just going to see a little bit of back and forth here on the bot lane. A little engage on from the Rakan, kind of just to poke out this Seraphine. One thing,
yes, I've never really understood why does Rakan why does Rakan like poke his grand entrance? I've seen people do that before. I'm curious to know why
um,
that's thing.
it's just more of like um a knockup. So I mean, if you get like the engage, it slows them for a bit. I believe I played Rakan a few times, so I tried to play at least like every lane so that I have a semi understanding. But I think
Yeah.
early this Cassio is going to win lane. She does have the tier starting.
Um,
Um,
You see, well,
oh,
until we
Warren.
get to this first base, you see, it should be at around the 5 minute mark. Oh, however, we'll get a very short trade here. Is King Coney, is King Coney having a very slight HP advantage, but that's not necessarily going to matter. Because this is a grasp Ornn, and does
Ooh.
he not get the brittle proc?
I mean, the Ornn did take some damage with like the trying to kind of build items in lane without being under turret, but the CS up top lane is fairly even. Mid lane, Cassiopeia does have the lead here. Seraphine and Ashe are fairly even, but here comes a knockup from the Rakan, followed up by the Q from the Ashe. The Rel did go in for an engage. It was not followed up by Seraphine. The Ignite is used by the Rakan as they try to take out this Rel, and the first blood does go over to Ashe. Let's come. As
There it is. Double kill to
double
Reeve
kill.
right there.
That
Both
was a very good play by the Ashe and Rakan. Rakan knew when to engage and knew that the Rel was overextended. So Seraphine just did realize that she has the wrong item. There is a kill that went on in mid lane while we were discussing that. So
Akeda
the
falling.
Ethiopia did go down.
Yes, yes, Akeda falling to the gank from Source Walker here. You see, and see that kill did end up going to Source Walker, which is pretty good. Because honestly, you don't you see, well, as much as you would prefer the gold to go to Jace, you're okay. You with Jace getting the assist gold, and we may see a invade here from
It
Sunsets.
looks like,
SS and
yeah,
HBK.
Kindred
Kindred
and
is
Rakan are looking for something, but I think that they're coming just a little bit too late as the Ornn ult is popped, misses Set just by a little
where it
bit, but
goes,
the Q and the
and there
knockup
it
does
is.
take out Set.
Tony
So
does
far,
fall,
it
but
is a
HBK and
2 to
Sunsets are here.
3.
HBK and Sunsets are walking up. The Renaissance does go off, and this is this very V2 here. This is not the matchup. This is not the fight you want to take. Will Master Food does fall to Akeda, and
That's
you see
crazy.
him.
This is gonna be an
HBK with these realms is amazing.
So the scoreline is 3 to 3. It's even, but in it comes the engage on the rel. The stun misses just slightly. A little bit of a lag there. The Seraphine is trying to just output this damage here. Rel does go for a second invade, which does land. The root comes out from the Seraphine. Not quite enough to take out the Ashe, because that would be a nice bounty in the pockets of Seraphine. And since Rakan is did kind of room for a little bit, there was a little bit of an advantage for Ashe to get some solo experience. Dragon is looking pretty promising for the side of Eclipsing Tides right now.
Yes,
As
this will be very good here.
yeah.
You have three. You have three very healthy champions. Reeve is just below average P, and we'll be forced to recall here. You see, in order to actually preserve, this bit of tempo that that they have in bot lane. And this is actually a very good recall here. This
Absolutely.
wave is not. Yes, this wave, is you will start to push back. And you'll be bouncing back. You see, right as Ash gets there. Yes, and you'll see that Joss is gonna try and shove this lane. You see, because of the fact that it looks like Reeve is gone. But Reeve will be able to catch this. You see pretty easily because there's no way to shove this fast enough. With only one. And you see, and despite Seraphine's wonderful wave clear, oh, despite
So Kindred
Seraphine's
is
wonderful wave
bot
clear,
side. They're looking for a gank here, but the Rakan does come in with the knockup, and I don't think that they're getting out of this with Kindred here. So lots of damage on the Seraphine. The Seraphine's gonna fall to Sunset on Kindred, and are they gonna be able to get the Rel? No, it looks like Rel's going to get out. All right.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow is online. Oh, Petrifying Gaze
Oh,
does work very
jeez.
well for Akeda, and since Simply Baka barely survives actually. You see, this will force it to recall. You see, without a TP online, this mid lane is looking very dominant for Akeda here, and honestly, I'm not surprised because see, because Jace does not do too well. You see, in the matches where he's able to get out. So you see, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose more speed than he's already behind, and he's gonna be down 500 gold in this lane. He's
Yeah.
barely by the 8-minute mark. However, 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 900 gold separates Reeve and Joss and his bot lane. So this is looking to be a game that you see that Reeve will carry. See, as soon as that Trinity Force comes online, there's no ways that basically anyone will be able to escape. And I believe there's actually not
Oof.
going to be a Trinity Force. This might be a Gale
Uh,
Force here. Oh,
King
Bjorn
Coney
had just
is
come
in
out.
a rough spot here because Rel and Udyr both are roaming. It looks like the engage comes out from Rel, and it looks like King Coney is going to fall to the 11 minute. Kendra's ult is popped here in an attempt to save her from the entire team of Eclipsing Tides right now. So
Lem's Spite is able to keep
I'm
Sunset
not.
alive unless Joss is able to get the kill, but only Joss is able to
Is she
catch.
gonna get out here?
Sunset's live?
No
No,
way.
Sunset's
No
not recall
way.
here. Sunset lives!
She.
Sunset
Holy.
was with the power or with the rift empowered recall. That recall was only four
Wow.
seconds, which was long enough for Sunset to actually escape.
That was
Lambs
that
are
was
spite.
unfortunate. That made me sad. But Seraphine
I
did use
you see, I didn't
teleport to get
realize.
back to lane here. She
Rave's
is
like, oh,
not.
pick up
Ooh,
some Ash.
the
We
Ash
can pick up
does
off one here.
use the ultimate to. Jeez, I'm all over the
Ash.
place
Oh
there.
god. You're okay.
But
Reeve attempting to use a Reeve attempting to use both the enchanted crystal arrow you see as well as his ghost to attempt to actually live right there. Oh, they're good with a proc. That is a very good trade. However, Haymaker doing a lot of damage onto Wilmaf for food. You see, despite him having around 70, no, so 65 bonus armor, it is still a lot of damage that they're coming from Haymaker. There's a lot of damage coming from Haymaker, and that just goes to show that the set is really good in tanks, honestly. You see, the set does have a lot of pretty good poke damage as well. I like that poke. Trade damage. See,
well,
and even though it's
the
the one
Orn
Orn wants.
is a little bit ahead. He's about a level ahead of set here. So
Yes.
can we see
Yes.
the marks on Kindred for a second, Kim?
Yeah, how many marks? Two
Uh,
marks. All
two
right, two
marks. All
marks at the
right.
10-minute point already. Or 2 marks at 10.5 minutes in. This is actually pretty good here. You can't necessarily, force marks. You can't necessarily force marks to see, especially not at this level of play. You have to play this very smart. And
Yeah.
see how and smart play that we might see here is that we may see a gank here in the bot lane. Johnson, my friend, are relatively low.
Ooh.
Sunsets. I'm not sure if they saw sunsets or not. They might have, and I believe they did because like those Johnson Bufferman are playing very behind. You see, however, they didn't have any vision on these lane bushes. See, sunsets will be walking up through the brush,
I don't. I
maybe
don't
even
think
an
that they
alcove.
want to push up too far. Kindred is at about like 3/4 health right now, which, I mean, it's not terrible. But can
However,
be wrong when we have Dragon coming up in about 3 seconds here.
one thing I do want to point out is bot lane, both Magnastorm, EC, and Encore are available. So that is honestly a pretty big threat here. You see, especially because of the fact that because like, even if HDK use the quickness and like gathers them up easy for a good enchanted arrow, Encore is still bound to do a lot. You see, even if
Oh,
they're undernumbered, and we may see something here.
and
There
out
it is.
comes
There goes
the
the encore,
Encore.
landing on the right, landing on Reeve. Reeve is perma CC'd. Reeve just dies immediately. HGK attempted to run
Wow.
away. Ooh dear. Takeda Petrified Gaze absolutely gunning them down with noxious blasts and twin fangs.
This is a
Cave's
massive
like burned
fight
out.
here.
This the Sparkle
Oh,
Sunsets as they will
Kindred
get the heals.
also
Sunsbach might die here. However, no, Sunsets does instead. So does Muffin Man. HGK maybe something to follow. Akeda my twin fangs is not enough to keep them alive. 1 for 1 right there, trading the kill with Source Walker.
nicely done.
All right, 2 for 2 in that
Very
fight. 2 for 2 in that fight. However, I believe that was a shutdown onto Source Walkers there for Arcada. So now Arcada's very much ahead. Had 800 gold separating mid lane. And now you see this gold lead. You see, it's actually a 500 now. It's at
Yeah,
500 gold now in the pure VTP.
it's about. There's actually a pretty big difference here in the bot lane, but
Yes.
I'm not doing. I guess not. Math's not my strong point, obviously. Uh,
You're good, man.
gonna
Okay.
have to give top lane some food. They'll do the math for me. Oh, the
All
Seraphine
right.
is caught out here. Tons of damage coming out from the Ash. The Ash is going to take them down. That puts Ash at 3, 2, 1, and Seraphine is a 1, 3, and 4. Not
Rangers
an
focus is
awful
so much
start.
worse.
There's just going to be
Rangers
so
focus
much
is
damage that comes out once because right now Ash is building Kraken Slayer to go Kraken
yes,
Slayer into Triforce. So once that Kraken Slayer comes out, it's gonna start hurting the Seraphine if she
yes,
doesn't get the instant
absolutely,
pick. So
yes, absolutely. Reed is Yes, Ravens will do so much damage. You see, especially once they get their fourth auto attack off, you see, and are able to use Rangers focus, because that is where a lot of that slow came from. Um,
Absolutely.
wait, the issue can get is that something I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if you remember at all because I don't think the grand entrance landed. Oh, however, 3v2 here in the bottom lane.
Oh
Sunsets is
no,
here.
not
There goes the grand
enough
entrance. And
time.
then
There we
there it
go.
is, the quickness.
Yep.
The
This
enchanted
is
arrows
kind of
offline.
this was the damage that I was talking about with Ash and Kindred. You've got two strong AD champs that are looking to run you off the map. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Especially because this Triforce Kindred with his Conquer here is going to be
uh
a very scary threat.
I'm not
Um.
sure how I feel about like this Triforce being built on like all of the ADCs as a reason.
Is it really that common? Okay, is it really that common in ADC? Because I don't see it all too much. I mostly really see an Ashe, let me see, because of how well Ashe synergizes with it. And even see, I usually see in like Ashe, Kindred, maybe even Graves sometimes, even though it's not the best build. However, this is going to be
Great
a very
one.
scary dragon fight here. The quickness coming
Ooh,
off,
nice encore.
encore from Joss is going to work, and that is going to result in Reeve dying here. Well, what about the food? The sense that they're
Oh,
fighting, and what about the food is putting in so much here. The haymaker for Kikoni. He deals with Sumbaka, and there now Kikoni falls to Kata, and now Kata's time to shine. Twin
oh
Fangs putting
no.
it Fangs, and where is waiting for Dr. Blast to give the speed boost, but that's not gonna happen here. Well, Master Food does live, so does Joss. Three,
Oh my
four,
gosh. Is
or the three
Kenny's
for
gonna try and do
three for
this?
two.
Oh, this is only betrayal,
Yeah.
so that's fine. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah, it's not your fault.
fine to back
Yeah,
off of this.
Driftel's very, Driftel is very easy to, very dissimilar for many junglers, as long as you're smart with eyes. And there it is. The first Rift Herald does go over the Grandmas, and now, you see now, this game is at somewhat of a standstill. Does see Muffin Man trying to get something on here? We may see it. We may see a crash on it, and I try to extract in mid lane, but however, no.
Yeah,
This
I think
game
the
standstill.
Muffin Man and is it Jost?
Yes,
Need to be
yes.
careful against this Cassiopeia because again like that miasma makes it so that you're not crossing that barrier there. So and
Um,
not you want to be stunned for it and then have Cassiopeia throw all that damage out on you. So
yes, especially with the fact that Petrifying Gaze, this, cause also the fact that Petrifying Gaze's stun lasts longer, VC for the more enemies that you have. Oh, and however, King Coney's all alone in top lane, Rev to get his tower.
oh no.
Degenerate Missy is from Muffin Man. King Coney, Haymaker in 600 damage, absolutely blowing a Muffin, and oh, gets stunned
Oh
right
my
after he
gosh.
flashes, attempting to take it one for one from Muffin Man, and
Oh,
not
the
getting
hero gets
what he
dropped
wants.
mid lane in an attempt to grab that mid lane turret. Turret is going to fall here. That leaves all tier ones down for the side of Eclipsing Tides. However, GG still has all of theirs up. So they're
Yes,
gonna Eclipsing Tides is gonna want to start getting us some objectives here regarding like turrets. Like we need to get these tier ones taken down. And someone needs to shut down this kindred before she gets any bigger.
yes, 300 gold sits onto the, 300 gold sits on top of the head of Sunsets. Oh, the Chanticleer arrow coming from Reeve, so much damage coming off. Oh, the
Oh my gosh.
quickness.
This
Quick for HK.
this
Something Baki getting towered of the tower
uh,
does not matter. Sunsets and Akeda are going to put in work right there and gets that kill on the Simply Baka, simply
Will
furthering their
Master
gold lead
Food
there.
was able to get the tier one turret in top lane.
Yes.
So that is a plus. Ash is defending that tier one and mid with their lives. So I don't think you can really step up to Ash right now. Like with the build that she's got going, I honestly think that Ash has this advantage. Seraphine's gonna need to kind of get back in this game They're down a little. They're down a little bit in farm, but let's. Can I see the goal difference real quick? Okay. The goal difference in the bot lane. That's a massive, massive goal difference. We need to
Yeah,
start funneling these
1,500.
resources into your APC if you want
Yes,
them to get online.
yes, 1,500 gold separating bot lane. You see in 1,300 separating mid lane. This is 2,500 gold separating these two teams here. That gold being in the favor of grandmas. Um, okay. Does Seraphine build anything that is not Leandri's? Or is Seraphine kind of forced to go with Leandri's when
Um,
playing APC?
so I mean, I've been experimenting with the Seraphine build. The typical build is Leandri's. I'm not quite sure if it's troll or not yet, but the Static Ship Night Harvester has actually worked wonders with her. But the Leandri's into Seraph's Embrace is the typical build. I don't
Yes.
know if I mean like I'm only plat, so I mean
Fair
there's
enough.
nothing special there. So I normally go sorcery boots, but I get what the boots of lucidity would do for the cooldown reduction. So
Yes. Yes. You will usually see, like one of the two, you usually see sorcerer shoes, or ABLs, and
yeah,
also instead of Seraph's Embrace, sometimes you'll see Rallies, because I'm
yes,
not,
Ryla's
because Rallies is also
is
really good.
yeah. The I mean. It's normally built after the Seraph's Embrace. It just depends on their build path. I mean, it will help with the slows, especially regarding Ash. So it might be something
Yes.
that Seraphine wants to pick up before she completes the Seraph's Embrace. It looks
Yes.
like everywhere else, like the builds are pretty standard. You've got Orn with the, I think he's got the Unspoken Parasite now. So that is like that's
Yes.
one item I've never understood the name for them. The upgraded mythic, it's Unspoken Parasite.
Jack
It's
showed the
insane.
Protean into the unspoken parasite. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Orange teams, the ornaments are always pretty interesting. The names. However, one monster fruit is now level 14. Let me see. And honestly, I have no idea who he gives this ornament to. I'd say probably give it to Source Walker. Honestly,
You
I
think so? I would
um
probably I would
as a
want
Source
it to
Walker
be on
Baka.
the Seraphine to kind of like I would want to unjoss for the upgrade because she does need to be the carry at some point here, even though Udyr is doing an amazing job, Source Walker. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
oh,
think as
the
Source Walker
second
Baka here actually.
upgrade
Speaking of
did go
speaking
out.
of
Where did
Baka.
go?
Oh, wait, so the market, he will actually get
Where did
absolutely demolished here. Coney and
oh
Sunsets. However, Baka nearly took out Sunsets there. Sunsets is very, very fed right now. You
oh you
see,
did
and
call it.
Baka,
Source
yeah.
Walker did get the second upgrade.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh
So,
no.
the reason being, Source Walker is going to be, like the one that's like in their face. And so
Mm-hmm.
it makes some sense. In my opinion, I would have preferred to go into Baka, because like a Baka is your main source of damage here. Um, oh,
Oh no.
HK to quickness is not going to get him out. However, he barely died. However, he barely dies.
Oh
The battle dance does
no.
not get what he wants.
I mean,
Reeve, the training force is online. And now Reeve is absolutely mowing down on
oh,
Source Walker, but that is not going to be enough. That is 4 on
nicely
them.
done by Jaws to pick up that kill. They
Yes,
need
and
as
that is
much
exactly what's going
gold.
on.
They are going for the Seraph's Embrace as the needlessly large rod is a component to that. Dragon is up now, and it looks like that Grandma's is gonna try and contest this, but I don't think that they want this at all. Lots of
Yeah,
knockouts, lots of damage coming
when
in.
this is Baby 5. The Encore barely hits on the sunset. Oh,
Oh
Joss gets
no!
absolutely blown up by Coney. Oh,
Oh
Super
my
Baka's trying
goodness!
to kill Sunsets here. It does
Oh,
despite simply Baka does despite are fighting. Sunsets wins in that battle. Haymaker doing so much damage on the Willmaster Food, and there is the 3 versus 5 win from Grandma's there.
that
Not even
was
losing not even taking a single death. That was truly unfortunate. You see, and that was also exactly what I said. Was a very big risk here. The
yeah,
showstopper from Coney. You see Coney using the showstopper onto Willmaster Food. You see just landing on the Joss, and then Joss gets immediately blown up. It is exactly
Oh,
what it's kind of was easily predicted. And now with this, seeing that this Baron push here, dr-
I
the
think
mid lane is
that's
now down
one
to inhibitor
thing
tower.
that Eclipse and Head did not want to do is fight in that Baron buff. Like, kind of just give drag. It did put them at soul point, but I would have rather given it than traded, 4 out of 5 members of the team.
Okay, well, in my opinion, that's not okay. Well, that is a fight that is very reasonable to attempt, though. That is a 3 versus 5. You already know that Reeve and HTK are both dead. So, in my
Yeah.
opinion, it seems like a reasonable fight. Like the sheer numbers advantage. You see, obviously, Bakoni, Akeda, and Sunsets. That you see, these are literally the most. These are the 3 most fed members. Obviously, because Reeve is putting in a lot here. I mean, Reeve is doing so much damage. But you
Oh,
see, honestly,
absolutely.
Reeve is nowhere near the Reeve is not even the carry here. The carry is Sunsets
No.
and Akeda here. Sunsets 7-1. Sunsets you see Sunsets
Someone
is at two
needs
and a
to
half
kill
items.
this sunsets here. Like, they're getting pretty out of control here. How many marks are we at on Kindred now?
Yes.
We
Six
are at
marks.
6.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Six. The mark of the kindred is up
So,
6. That is pretty intimidating. That is, I believe, one I always forget. It is one range upgrade and then many attack speed upgrades.
so looking at the state of the map right now, what exactly does Eclipsing Tides need to do to get this game back in their favor?
This is because this is a very good one to push here going on. You see, one of food is probably going to lose this fight here.
I don't
Going
think
back
that
top here.
Orin has the damage to take
Yes,
down.
you're
Oh,
absolutely right
here
there
we
too.
go.
There's first walker here.
Source Walker's here.
Just up here,
Oh,
right here, and there is the haymaker going down.
that
Pig, see,
W
Pig
so much
is so
damage
much.
for that.
Yes,
Oh,
haymaker is such a good ability. I mean, and even see, I mean, even though Bell's Breast CC does do max HP magic damage, it is not enough. It is nowhere near enough damage to actually, to actually, take down
ooh.
Coney. Um,
It looks like there's gonna be an engage there from Muffin Man. They are looking for it, but
yes,
it looks like Seraphine's gonna back here, which leaves Muffin Man by themselves, and that's not something that you want. But do need to back to
I
answer
assume the
the
Muffin Man.
of they need
I
to
think
answer.
the Muffin Man stayed for this vision, or just to get some more vision. So that's probably why Muffin Man stayed. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so all the ultimates are online. So so every single ultimate is online that you see except for Showstopper here. So no, except for Showstopper and the Ornhorn. So we may see something. Obviously, especially the fact that this Baron will be up in just under a minute and a half. So what must be done? So what must be done here is to get control of this mid lane wave and to have it pushed out. You see by the time that the Baron will come around. You see
Cassio
there it is. You can see the
is
pings here.
here.
Yes,
Um
this is the champion that you want to
oh
take.
my
You see to take
gosh.
control of these waves here. This is exactly what
Akita's
you want to
doing a
take control of these
wonderful
waves.
job on Cassiopeia though. Like, really
Yes, I
setting up
mean
the plays for their team. So as long as they keep that up, I don't see Jace outputting the damage that we had expected or wanted to see. But
yes, yes. Akeda played the matchup really well here. Yes. He
absolutely.
played the matchup really well. Let me see. So because like there goes a Tentacle's arrow,
Oh,
but that is still not that's gonna land on the shots. Simbabaka is going to. Oh, I know HGK immediately dies there. Where's
oh,
Baka die? Where did Baka
oh
go?
no,
In
I
the
don't
back line.
know.
Oh, Mass for Food is standing in the front line, standing in the fire of Reeve. Encore goes wide. Everyone perfectly dodges that. Yes, I lost track of Simply Baka. I thought that I see. Wait. Oh wait. That was a one for nothing trade there. Actually,
Yes.
in the favor of Victim's Ties. That was actually really good. You see, despite being so far behind, you will take whatever you can get. However, all of the ultimates have
Oh
been
no.
burned. However, every single ultimate has been burned from Victim's Ties. So now there's no contention here. And Reeve, see, both Reeve and Sunsets do so much damage to this Baron, absolutely
Oh
getting
yeah.
shredded. And now this Dragon here. 2, 1 second, and now the dragon is online. This is soul point. This
They
has to
need
be fought.
Eclipsing Hand needs to burn this very quickly, or
Muffin
at least like
Man,
zone them off from this
Max Summer's online.
dragon.
The Max Summer, they're gonna swing this from HDK,
Oh
and
no,
oh, the dragon is still on my sunsets here. Well, King
that's
Coney,
that is
that
soul
okay, that
point, or I'm
there, that
sorry,
is
that
the
is soul.
soul. That is the Chemtech soul here. Joss being all alone. Grand
Oh
entrance.
no.
Grand entrance does go wide, and grand entrance does goes
Oh,
wide.
the flash
So does
is
going
used
through.
there to kind of like get out of that sticky situation.
Yeah,
It's not looking so
it
promising
has to be.
right
Yeah, that
now.
has to be. Yeah, that has to be. That flash has to be burned because I believe HTK used a trailers. Shock blast goes off from Baka. This is now two defending the base, defending this very game.
Oh,
Oh,
nice
does what goes down
Kindred
the grand
ult
entrance.
there.
That's why it does go down. HGK encore does hit one and down goes Reeve getting the shutdown. I think goes over to Joss. Speaking of Joss, Joss is going to die because a showstopper for King
Oh,
Coney.
King
However, King
Tony is
Coney will
not far
follow.
behind here.
Source Walker, yes, Source Walker is going to run them down, and that once he gets run down is Sunset's here, but that is not going to matter. The base is exposed, and that is Sunset's focus as the first game will go over to GG Grandma's. That
GG.
is it. Yes, that is GG right there.
That was a GG.
So that was a really good game right there, and you see, and I do really want to give props to Arcade. That you see, obviously, this is exactly as I said here. ET doesn't have the damage that they like. You see, let me see,
Yeah.
like you see, like I said, your main damage it will be from this Jace. Joss is not enough AP damage. To like like to stop the enemy team from just stacking armor, and it is focusing down Baka. So that was kind of a bit of a blunder there from ET in his draft. You see what, however, regardless of the draft, Akeda did so well there. You see, Akeda played that matchup incredibly well, and I was like really nice to see. You see, playing into that Jace, you see the exact way they're supposed to, by just playing to your range, playing to your poke, not letting Jace do what he
Yeah.
wants. So I
I'm hoping to see an Ash ban next game and a Kindred ban
yes,
or a
yes, those
Cassiopeia.
things.
I mean, like, there's so many things that like I like to see banned next time. I would like to see Joss on an AD champ. I do think that they played Seraphine like the best that they could. I mean, the
Yes.
support item in the beginning was a little rough, but I mean, they did, kind of fix that. So everybody
Actually, in my
get
opinion,
ready.
you don't ban the Ash here, actually, because Ash was the least. You see, because Ash did the least damage in that game. So in my opinion, you can leave the Ash up, but then but then you can stick with the Reld, and you can lock in something like Aphelios. You can lock in,
You
you
and
can
the
lock in
Aphelios.
you can
Oh,
lock in the
jeez.
Phillies, like lock in a Samira. You can even play, maybe something like Ezreal or like Jinx. You can play like a lot of these ADCs that are actually good into this matchup. Instead of something like Seraphine. Um,
Yeah.
so that's kind of what I want. I want to leave this Ash up. You see, because of the fact that you kind of have to ban away this Master Yi. So you ban. So here you. So here you ban Yi. You ban Kindred. And then you either ban Jax or Cassio. Um,
I would say
and then
Cassio, honestly.
however, the Jax is very strong here, and seeing like in the Jax, you don't have the most options. You can go Fury, you can go Aatrox. You see which are probably one of the better options to play. So that would be what I would expect to be for this top three to go at least. You can I'm trying to think. You hmm, I'm at the blank right
No,
now. Hold on.
I do think that Cassiopeia is going to be a solid ban. Honestly, I don't want to see a Kindred again. Holy crap, that Kindred is
Honestly,
so.
say yes. Kindred is a very scary champion. Um, yes. Yeah. I do want to see some. I genuinely like if they lock in this Ash again, I want to see Simmer because that is one of the because as far as I'm aware, that is one of the better counter picks into Ash. Um, so I would like to see that locked in. You see, we will see very shortly here if that is locked in. Obviously, as we go into the draft, Master, you see, Master Yi banned away immediately from Grandma's, and now you see him now. Um, it's banning. We can expect some very simple bans. Bans that were really good last game. Instead, the Ivern getting banned out. Um, I'm not too sure if Ivern is that big of a threat here. Sunset does played a lot.
Ivory's very strong right now, so it's not a bad ban.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
The
that makes sense.
Fiona's banned again, and I'm interested to see if they go with the Kindred or the Cassia for the second or for the last ban here.
What can actually be done? One second, I apologize.
Oh, Kindred was banned. Let's go. All right, so Kaisa is going to be picked up first for GG Grandmas, followed up by what is Eclipsing Tides going to answer this with? I would say take the Ash. That's going to be my input. Take the Ash, take the Well again, and let's run it back. The
All right, apologize. I love
Maokai
this game.
is
All right,
going to
Kaisa
be
Malcolm locked in.
hovered here.
If we can get okay, Maokai is probably a very good option here because Maokai is a pretty good jammer right now.
Oh yeah,
Especially
very
with
much,
just a
very
lockdown, and
strong.
now with this, okay, honestly, we can see a Zaya Rakan honestly from ETP like later on. And that's what I would like to see. Because Zaya is a pretty good champion in the Kaisa as for them where, you can go something like Zaya, you can go maybe even a Draven if you prefer should with that. Um,
I know. I kind of like. I would like to see the Ash. I don't know if it's in their champ full, but
there is the Orn.
Ash into
Um,
Kaisa is a winning matchup. So
yes. And now,
uh,
okay, now honestly, into this, you can lock in a Jace. You can lock in Jace top, and then so you can also lock in as a Jace, or you can go Silas here. Because obviously because Yamake ultimate you see it as well as Ornhorn will be very scary. But instead, the Aatrox will be hovered. In my opinion, you can go Malphite or Jace, because they're both really good matchups into Ornn. And instead, Aatrox will be locked in. Um,
they left Cassiopeia open. So if they want this again, then they're gonna need to lock this in now.
You do not want to lock in Cassiopeia here, because Cassiopeia is not a safe champion to blind pick at all. There are so the reason why Cassiopeia worked last game, obviously, it's really because the matchup DC was it's because the matchup DC was at JC, which is a good matchup for Cassio. And
Oh
you
dear.
do not want to blind pick at all. And so when you're being locked in, honestly, I have no idea what you pick here. You can, in my opinion, I think Zaya would be good. Even though
Zaya's
Zaya,
not really in a good state right now.
really, already
Yeah.
being locked in, I would have preferred Azir. You get the same exact thing that you need. You want a very high damage mid laner as well as you want something with good wave things. So that's a very good pick here. And
Alright,
now
now they're
bans.
gonna want to ban this Cassiopeia.
Yes. Well, actually, into Ari, it's not.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it is
really?
banned.
It can't even being
um,
it's a ban. Senna ban. Is
with doing
Senna
the most damage, Senna is in a very good spot right now in the meta.
okay?
So that's a very very safe ban.
Honestly, dude, ban Silas. You have to ban Silas here. If the ETP has to ban Silas here, you see because looking at this, these are three perfect ultimates that Silas are gonna want. So you see,
I don't
Silas
know if
is
they
good into the meta.
play.
Rel, true. There goes the Rel. There goes the Ash. Those cameras are off the board and now locked in. I
Oh, that's sad. They
I
banned.
okay. I kind of
I
want.
can't
Okay, I
believe
kind of.
GG banned Ash.
They already locked in Kaisa, and then they do not want that matchup.
Yeah.
So maybe we can see a Kalissa.
Uh,
Oh, there's this shot in the dark. It's good into Kaisa.
Nyla. Nyla is like a counter to
Ooh,
every single ADC right now, if played correctly.
yes.
That
Nila
and Drake
is
are two champs that
yes.
you just don't want to face in the bot lane.
Al
And
Alistar is a questionable hover.
no, actually, that's a really good hover. So like that would be a good pick because I'm a Kaisa main. I would like to. People say it's a one trick pony because I most of my ranked games are on Kaisa. But Alistair is a great pick here with the healing that comes off of it. But that is a Kaisa. It's either a Kaisa or a Tristana mid.
Oh,
Tristana
Tristana
Alistair combo.
mid.
Well,
Yeah.
Tristana Alistair combo is actually very, very dirty. So I would have preferred
Yes, that would make sense. That would make sense.
a Tristana in the bot lane and put Kaisa mid, but
You see, but Tristana is far more common to see in the mid lane, so that's probably where
yeah,
we're gonna go. And honestly, here, I maybe as a Lulu or a Nautilus, there aren't too many good supports that are here. Like they're like the Rose already offline, the Ashe is already offline. Taric is an option.
actually Tark is not a bad pick with Nyla. Paired with
Yes,
Nyla
yeah.
is, I
Oh, I
mean,
see why.
you
Oh,
got
I see why. Oh,
stun,
I see why. Because it's Glimmer.
you stun them,
Yeah.
you dash in, you use your E, your Q, whip them a few times, and then ult them. It's like an Oriana ult, so
Yes.
honestly,
Yes. Now
that's
this
a
is a draft that
solid
ATP
bot
wants
lane.
to.
Solid
This is
bot lane.
the draft that this is a draft you see that Clinton Tides Penumbral is going to want here, and that I love it. You see this is a draft that I do favor for ATP. You see this is a very good team fight comp here. You see, and any kind of 5v5s, I expect to be way in the favor of ETP. However, Tristana Kaisa is a very scary combo that has, you see
Absolutely.
that has been absolutely demolishing. You see, a lot of pro play games actually. So that is going to be a concern. Um, I You see, I don't see.
Yeah.
However, this is Orn Maokai.
Um,
This is Orn Maokai. So this is gonna be a very tanky team. Tristana is known for being very good in the tanks. I'm
Tristan is gonna destroy turrets. She gets anywhere near it,
yes,
you throw your E, and then you just Q, and the tower is gone. So they are going to need to keep her shut down. But I'm
yes, and not a lot
expecting
wrong
out
there.
an early Alistair roam. Tarek, I don't know a tremendous amount about like where the roaming states are, but definitely I mean they let the Ornn through again. Ornn is just like a extremely safe top lane. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the matchup between Ornn and Aatrox is because Aatrox I played once and didn't go very well. Ornn I'm familiar with. Maokai is a very, very strong and safe jungler. Ari is amazing in the mid lane. Like I mentioned before, Nyla just counters all ADCs into existence. So Kai'Sa's gonna have to play behind the Alistair
Yes.
and let him front line, let him take the damage that this Nidalee's gonna output. So that's what I got.
Yeah. So basically, this topic matchup is probably going to be in favor of this Aatrox. You see, especially because of the fact that I think with, because I think about Ornn, the thing that you'll see everywhere the Ornns do is that they will use Bellows Breast. See, like in order to cancel CC. However,
Mm-hmm.
Aatrox has 4 knockups. Well,
Oh yeah,
technically four because Infernal Chains counts as a knockup. But you see, Aatrox is able, is able to essentially, circumvent, like Bella's best canceling CC. And however, it is Ornn. Ornn, you see, all the Ornn really has to do is this rush a Bramble Vest. And then a lot, you see, Umberdash's passive lifesteal is like it's not nowhere near as good. So under that, so Aatrox may not be, the best champion into Ornn. BC, because in my opinion, I would have really liked to see a Malphite. Malphite would have been a really good match, or because Malphite's a really good matchup. There are a lot of options. Aatrox is not one that comes to mind, but is also not the worst idea. Obviously, because of the fact that the comp because the comp that GG Gals is going for is that they're looking to split push. You're looking to 1-3-1 with this comp. You're gonna send Alistar top, just on a maybe just on a bot, Kai'Sa either Alistar. Send them in the mid lane, have them. So that's kind of so like it makes sense, to go with Aatrox, see, because that is one of these stronger split pushers in this meta. However,
yeah.
however, there are a lot of ways, for this comp to actually, like get these waves out, sort of. I'll say okay. Actually, no, that's like not a lot of ways because you have Ari and somewhat Neela. Actually, wait, actually, is Neela's wave clear at all good? I've
Yes,
not
it's
seen Neela at
very
all.
good, and also, Nyla's Q does a lot of damage to turrets, so it's kind of like it will match. It doesn't match Tristana's, but it is definitely better than Kaisa's, and I hate to say that because I do love Kaisa, but all right. All right, we Cam's yelling at us to go to break, so we are going to take a quick spectator delay to get ready for game number two. So don't go anywhere. Adrian and I will be right back. Well, you gotta share your screen first, Kim. Nope.
Yeah, no, you just said it.
Guys, we are killing it. We're going into to game number two, and we yeah.
Yeah.
So Cam's
Or
messing with us, by the way. But all right, we are here live, game number two, where Eclipsing Tides is gonna give this team a run for their money, and we're gonna bring it back into a 3-game series. So, standard
yes.
5-point start, no early level shenanigans. Tristana's using the wrong skin, so sorry, it's Gigi. Sorry, Kata.
Yes. There.
There's
Yes.
a little emote exchange here in mid lane. If that's not they should have gone Spirit Blossom if they wanted to win this game. But that is a beautiful Ari skin. Oof.
All right.
All
Well.
right.
So honestly, this 5 point start is you see you're gonna have to because neither team is able to really do anything level one.
I love how Cam's zooming in on the skins here.
That's amazing. Okay, okay. So very standard 5 point starts. Source. Because the both strings are starting in the top lane now. Sunsets. Oh, King Coney may start level
Oh,
one.
King Cody
Yeah.
is looking for that early damage on Will Master Food. I'm not gonna say that there. Um we're gonna go back to the champion names in a minute here.
Yes.
So uh Reeve is gonna wanna do some early they want to be aggressive early if they want to win this bot lane. But nice knock up here. The um, Alistair is taking some damage, but honestly, with the minions being taken, he's gonna heal right back up. I'm hoping that Kai's is gonna go that static shiv build, but I see that they started the minion dematerializer, which is a very interesting start.
I believe that Reeve is looking to get his wave out, like to his wave there. He's probably gonna go with static shiv. But she's like Reeve is probably gonna go with static shiv. How the Source Walker is walking up here.
It looks like they're trying to get an early,
No
but a
flash.
flash or not? Yeah, flash from the Aatrox was used here. Nice stun on from the Tark, laying
Yes.
down
Yes.
some, getting some pressure relieved off of them. They're
Yes.
kind
King
of
Coney
zoning
kind of has.
these guys off of the waves, so
You see, King Coney kind of has a flash there. You see, because of the fact that with the twisted advance, you see, King Cody's gonna be CC for a very long time because of advance and the Bramble Smash, obviously into Volcanic Rupture and Searing Charge from Womass. So there's a
ooh,
lot of CC. I would say that is a lot of CC. You see that you see it wasn't just those two champions alone.
um,
Have a division here, Source
here
Walker.
the sapling did get a hold or zapped the Kai'Sa a little bit. They keep walking over that ward, so they definitely know that they're there.
Yes. Yes, they did ward like right on like they did ward like right in front of Source Walker's face. Darkened Blade, missing one, missing
Um,
two. All right.
HTK is early roam up to mid lane.
Yes,
Looks
this
like
is well, isn't that it's supposed to do as L-Star? It's supposed to basically it's supposed to, like roam early.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, because the Kai'Sa's a really Kai'Sa's a relatively safe ADC.
absolutely.
Yeah, yes, like
She
Kai'Sa's
can
very
kind of
safe. So
hold her own in lane, so it gives
yes,
also like the freedom to roam early if needed. So
yes, yes, especially this bot lane duo. you see, especially this bot lane duo. Oh, you see, with Reeve, having the cleanse. It's like even if Dazzle, it's like even if Reeve like, does get hit by a Dazzle, the cleanse is still there. So
ooh,
Reeve is very
uh,
safe.
Sunset's looking
Who may not be
to.
safe is Sourcewalker.
I don't think that this is where Sunset wants to be, even though they're going to go for those cogs, but it's going to be answered by Sourcewalker, and it looks like Will Math for Food is not turning. They're just going to focus on the lane, because obviously you don't want King Coney to get ahead here.
Yes,
And if
yes,
he
and
could
also
stop lagging, that would be great.
yes.
I'm not
And you
going to
can't.
be invited back on this stream. Um,
Yes, and in this jungle matchup, you can't really fight Udyr too early. Especially
no,
as Maokai, because Udyr's a very, that's a very, Udyr's a relatively strong early game jungler.
I would not want to engage on a
Oh,
oof. King Coney has a Will Math for Food's number and almost does take him down, but this is
that
going
was
to
a
force them to
huge
back,
combo.
which gives King Coney the advantage here in lane, and the Akata is going to fall down to simply Baka. Great job. Sad B moment.
A cut of being so far up.
Yeah.
Do I not
Oh,
even being level 6? Oh, we're back. Oh, we're replaying now.
Reeve is going to
Oh my heck,
Reeve
we missed
is
the head
going
flame.
to. Oh, nice engage
Oh,
there from the uh the Alistair and Kai's. Okay, I can talk. Reeve's gonna take out the Muffin Man. It is
sad
currently
bees.
1-for-1. The gold is in favor of Gigi Grandmas by about
That was timed
1K.
so well from HC
It
character
really
actually.
was. It
That
was
pulverize was
great.
so good. Reeve did have to flash for that though. However, that was a flash for flash trade right there. Both Reeve and Bufferman did flash that.
Yep.
So it is pretty worth it. Obviously, because you got it, because you did get a kill, or because you did get eight. Oh, that was that first blood out of that actually. So now you're ahead nearly 700 gold, and you're only 69 cents. So that is so you now ahead you basically two long swords,
Oh yeah.
or whatever 700 or whatever else 700 gold equates to. However,
Oh,
however, the first dragon
Nyla.
does go
What
to
is
GGG.
Nyla building? Is that collector first item? I don't.
No. Collector
I
first
was gonna say
item
I don't think
in
that's.
yeah.
Listen, like
Well,
there's a
building
million
collector
things
in
that
general,
builds into. I'm
you know,
actually
building
looking
collector in
to
general
see.
is a bit confusing.
I like collector first item if I'm being honest, but I'm
Um, your
I'm
collector, like especially like collector in a competitive-ish environment is typically not the best of ideas as far as I'm
ooh
aware. Or the Ornament does get called out
um
though.
or they're gonna go eclipse. If they go eclipse, that would make sense. But
Yes, yes,
if
Eclipse is much
not,
more
then this
hard.
is a first item collector. If
But
they
Mr.
if they
Food is
choose,
gonna die here. That dude, King Kony
ooh,
plays it out so well.
I mean
The Call of the Forge got
does
into the
have
shooting charge.
he does have the hammer. Orin has the Bambies in there.
Yeah, the luck of Bramblefest right now is kind of
Yeah,
AGK just smacking that bell.
you
AGK
need
smacking that
a
bell.
you definitely need
You need to get to the head.
absolutely you need that like really quickly.
No, get that back.
Josh is
Get that
doing
back.
a fairly decent job at zoning this Kaisa off. It's not gonna last very long. Once she gets that static shivs, like that wave's gonna be
Yes,
gone. So
yes. As soon as the static shift comes online, it will be a very scary threat.
Josh
Um,
should take advantage
as
of this
does go
now.
off. Um, um,
Um,
however, this is a very safe bot lane though. Um,
they're playing
Neela
very
is a
safe.
bit Yeah, Neela is a bit better in the early game. But like the longer we go on, you see then the less the champions or then the champions ranks actually gets a bit weaker. So it doesn't get weaker, but the I'm forgetting words now.
You replay
Yeah,
champions.
no, you're stealing. No, you're stealing my like. I mean, I stole your lack of words.
Yeah, right. Like we're we're struggle busting over here. Sorry.
Yes.
Um.
Um.
All
uh,
right. So it looks like there was both junglers are kind of looking for this Herald. Looks like Udyr just gonna back off of it, let Maokai have it. The focus looks like it's gonna be kind of towards mid lane, but now Maokai's backing off of Herald, and the director camera has chosen to look at. Happy
yes.
now. I love
Yes.
director camera. Or
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
it's
Yes.
camera
The
just
camera.
messing with us
The,
every time we try and talk. That's like kind of what I'm convinced at right now. Right.
the director camera.
There
Oh, let me see if I
there
do.
was an attempted stun here, however, Alistair does walk out of it. Um So the orange chose to just pick up the chain vest instead of going into the thorn mail, which would be the heel cut. The the
Yeah.
Tark
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
here.
It's a bit of a questionable build from Lomas. Um. Oh wait. Okay. Tarek's Tears is a bit.
I didn't know that Tark built here. I'm gonna be honest.
I
But
I don't know if he even does. I don't know if this is just like some theory cryptable for Muffin because you don't typically see tier items on Tarek as far as I'm aware. Um because like, you usually see like some you see because like usually see
you know what?
like as a like
They're gonna go
Locket or
Winter's
Radiant.
approach because it's
Mm.
Locket of the Iron Solari into Winter's approach. With now the chair makes sense. Everything makes sense
Um,
now.
yes, there are a lot of options here. Like for Tark or honestly for any tank support. Like there's a lot of options. I'm gonna see they can go nice Val. I guess for Tark you can go with his approach. You can go like maybe like Redemption if you want to. You can go Abyssal. Like if you're like a very like
Ooh.
ammo heavy comp.
This
There are a lot of
Aatrox
options.
is showing Wilmath for food no mercy down here in bot lane. The sun comes out on to the Udyr just to kind of give Nyla the chance to back. And Udyr is looking for something, but no go here. Every laner is going to back safely. I still have no idea what they're building. So there is a gold lead in the favor of Kaisa. Kaisa has picked up a static shift. In regards
Yes,
to
this is
mid
going to be
lane,
the
it is
beginning of terrifying wave fleet.
yeah,
Dark
and
Dark Blazes,
oh
Duplicate
gosh,
Chains,
Will
so much
Master
damage coming for
Pony's in
Coney.
a lot of trouble here. King Coney is going to keep applying this pressure, and then with those ridiculous knockups and heals, oh
Yes,
man,
yes,
that
yes. See, Darkened
Aatrox
Blade is
is gonna
scary.
be is gonna be a rough one to play against. The CS difference in top lane is a little scary. It's about 20 CS down. Um,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure
Oh, going
that
for the
King
tower
Coney.
dive.
Oh, look at the orange. Oh, come up, but it does
Like we're
miss.
talking about to come back up, and you
Unfortunate.
have a
Tristan
Kayla
is gonna
here.
dive tower for this. The teleport is coming in here
Triumph!
from
Triumph
Ari, but
keeps
a
Coney
little bit
alive.
late. No. The Herald is popped top lane. This is going to get a few turret plates off. Can Baka get out alive? Because Tristana is not afraid to tower dive on repeat. I mean, she's kind of made for tower diving, in my opinion. But
Coney, Coney's triumph is the only reason why he lived it there. That triumph healed at the last second. You see him barely kept him alive. Okay, now Reeve Static Shave is online. This is the beginning of a very scary wave clearing Kaisa.
oh yeah,
I mean, see, there's very good wave clear you see in this comp in general. I mean, you have both Tristana and Kaisa. This is Spaka running to bot lane. I thought that end's gonna happen. However, Baka does have Everfrost already, which is gonna be a very scary item. Um, alright. Now this game is at a bit of a standstill now. 3,000 gold separates these two teams, and you see that gold favor is it's that's pretty. Oh wait, I was just, that 3,000 gold at 13 minutes is not where you want to be at. Um, see, this is not looking good for ET here. Oh,
yeah. They're
we
gonna.
have
Oh,
First Walk is here. They're
the
taking
ult
it from
was
Makai.
used by Nyla. It was kind of deterred by the Alistair. Can this Kaisa get the damage? And oof.
Ooh,
Oh, the
Cody
Aatrox
is
is gonna
here.
save the day. Let's go. Double kill for Reeve here.
Cavalry has arrived. Triple kill to
Triple
Reeve.
kill. Let me tell you, a triple kill on Kaisa, which
Any
gets her
multi-kill on
at
Kaisa.
4-0, 500 gold bounty. Not something that you want.
You know what Kaisa have
So
any kills. That
GG
is
good
in
next.
and of
I don't think
itself.
we have that option. But you
Yeah.
know what? It is always an option for GG to FF if they just wanted to, like go to the next game. I mean, that'd be great. Sunset is doing some incredible damage on Will
Wow.
Mass for food. I don't think he's gonna make it out of this,
That
and
is terrifying.
they do fall to Sunset. Well played here.
Blazing Stampede. This is a P. I always forget which like retro or the
So,
Wingborn.
right, it's actually like kind of
I believe that
it's
was old.
interesting because it's 7-1, but it's under a 6K or yeah, no, it's about a 6K
Oh,
goal.
it's just 6,000 gold lead at 15 minutes, by the way.
Well, that's also ET has gotten both um Drakes. So that's kind
Correct.
of giving them some gold. But
Source Walker,
Sourcewalker,
Mega
that
Walker
was
on
not
here.
the play, my friend. That was not the play.
Um,
I do see what they were attempting to, but you can't stop a Kaisa that wants to take a turret. Once Kaisa W's, it gives her auto attacks some additional damage, so taking towers will be easy. Tristana's gonna hop in on top of Simply Baka, and they're going to give them that glorious gray screen bug that every 80 carry and mid laner hates, so you know. And I only mentioned those lanes because those are the two that I play, so um
fair enough. Okay, so, wait, is Kaiser building Wit's End? Wait, what?
No,
Oh, no,
Kaisa
Nashers,
is
Nashers,
building
Nashers.
Nashers to
Yeah,
his
Nashers.
second item, and then we'll finish it off with Rage Bleed, and then probably a Death Cap.
Yes,
Because
yes, no mythic until third item, which isn't really too crazy
actually,
now. He's a bit afraid to use.
I retract that. I don't think that she's gonna build Rage Blade. I'd say either Ludens or Crown if it gets late enough in the game. You have
I don't
the
think Crown is
EDM
gonna be good.
Tristana.
I don't think we're gonna need. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see a Crown here. No one is assassinating Reeve.
No,
No one.
it does give you additional it will help with the RE W.
Mm, fair enough.
It does get like if you're going against people that can kind of like poke you out. Crown is like not a bad option. But Luden is good for the burst, which obviously Kaisa has a lot of. But hopefully Nyla can kind of get this back online. I see that they rushed the what is that item? Gale Brush. I hate that item. Ooh, very nicely played out by ET here. They were able to shut down the Kaisa and Alistair here, which pretty much gives them a free Drake if Tristana backs off, because it looks like Sunset and Coney Island are here. The charm barely misses from Ari, but the engage from the Tristana is going to put everyone kind of in a rough spot here. Akkad is going to take out Simply Baka and gets a double kill onto the
There goes
Muffin Man.
three.
Oh no, this is not what we want to
Oh,
see. If Akata gets one more hop, Source Walker is going to fall here.
Infernal Chains
But
is not on cooldown. Okay,
no.
so yeah, that was kind of the expected outcome here. You are down a lot, and you're trying to team fight. You're trying to team fight like this. This is kind of what we see. You're quite literally everywhere. It's quite literally everywhere. You see these double marksman comps. You see specifically with Tristana and Kaisa. Sometimes Tristana and Filios is usually Tristana
Ugh.
Kaisa now, but this is what we
You're
always
so
see, dude.
stuck in the feeling.
Okay.
No,
Felix was really good like
finally
last
here.
patch, right? Felix was really okay. Felix was broken last patch, right? You can't blame me.
No. All right,
But
so the dragon was claimed by Gigi's. It was pretty much just Kaisa and Tristana taking it. At this point, the two carries are in the right position. A nice stun
now
out
we're gonna see
on
this fall out here.
Reeve. Uh, that does almost go down here. They are not in the best place, but the Maokai alt is up if they choose to use it, which would be great. And there goes the alt,
Oh,
which doesn't
Baka,
lock
not
anyone
a nice
down,
spot,
but
but he does escape with his life. Wasn't being very healthy there. Like, he did not lose any HP or he barely
absolutely,
lost any HP from that. It's
absolutely. Oh, Orden was able to take tier 1 turret in top lane. It does look like the members of GG's kind of know that they're there, so I don't think you get out, my friend, but it was a good attempt. All members of GG are collapsing on this poor Will Math for food, and they will
this
fall to the
he
King
is the
Coney.
food.
Oh wow,
Will
this
Mass
Aatrox
is the
is.
food, and they are eating up.
I mean, this King Coney is king
He's
right
on
now.
five.
Holy crap! 5-0,
Will
500
Mass
or
is
600 gold bounty. We
yes,
need
and
to
Will
shut
Mass
this
is
Aatrox
0
and the
five.
Tristana down immediately,
But the thing
please.
is, there's no anti-heal. Will Mass does not have a Bramble Vest yet.
Yeah, I do
Still a
think that
Bramble
they need
Vest.
some. I mean, there's an Aatrox. You need a Bramble
Your
Vest,
only
but that was a
anti-heal
really
is from
nice
Baka.
Everfrost
Yeah,
from
that
Ari.
was.
But
Yes, and
I think
Ari's only
they're
one with
gonna
anti-heal in this
burn
game,
this Baron
which is
way too
unfortunate.
fast for Eclipsing Tides to be able to answer this. Um,
Oh
it
wait,
would be an amazing
oh wait,
steal,
oh
but
wait, anyways.
little bit too late here. Um, the you can see the damage on this team is coming out here. Um, HTK did fall here, but a knockup Oh, that gives simply
Yeah,
vodka.
wait, okay, this is going on for very long, and
Right?
I'm gonna target
All right.
the stacks. Tempo is flows out from Makeda.
Tristana
Down
ult
goes
you,
Baka.
and the
Down goes
hop.
Muffin.
Here we go.
Down goes Will Mass, and soon
Oh
will
my gosh.
Source
Oh, look how.
does will Source
I
walk away
don't
with his
think that
life.
they can get it. Nope.
Dina Ward did not help
they
Akeda
will.
get Koda's off.
They will
They
take
will get
this
the tower mid
turret
lane.
though.
They will get the
Reeves like,
inhibitor.
I don't care.
Reeve does not care for taking that tower. And it's actually better to take that tower. It keeps your minion alive. If one cast a minion, if they let it tank, then it would have died, and then they would have taken longer to kill it.
I mean, it's better for Reeve to take that turret shot than it is
Yes.
for Akata, only because they have the. I mean, they have shutdown. And holy
That's
it's 1 in 4 Tristana. This hurts me. I'm really rooting for Eclipsing Tides once I saw the Nyla lock in. But now Tristana has red buff. So we probably shouldn't go near the Tristana right now.
that is the least of their concern. Tristana having red buff is not necessarily their biggest concern here. There is a
No.
lot more things that just Tristana has that they should be worried about, man.
Oh yeah.
This is a
No.
2.5 item Tristana with
I
a
mean,
600 gold bounty, 900 total gold for Tristana, and 1,700 gold. You see that Tristana is ahead. However, nearly 4.2k in this top lane.
holy crap.
Is
Damn
wild, and what is this gonna be wild? It's gonna be this fight here.
It
Beautiful
looks
horn.
very nicely done and
Now
nice
good.
ult from the Nyla, which does take down Tristana. They got the
Triple
kill.
kill.
Triple kill.
There's 3.
Are we gonna
However,
come back?
their base is dangerous from Coney. Coney is walking at their base, taking out the bottom inhibitor. Source Walker gets smited by the gods. And Source Walker dying to the smite from Udyr. Alright.
Oh no.
There it is. There it is. The bottom inhibitor barely lives from Coney.
Oh my gosh.
Howard, that was a very good fight. That was a
Okay,
very good fight. You
Kaisa
got both
is
shutdowns. Oh, you got two
still
very good shutdowns here
playing.
from Makeda and Reeve.
That
Kaisa is
Aatrox
on the
is
regular league.
still alive.
Yeah,
That
that
Aatrox
is
is
1,000
still
gold on
alive.
Coney's head. Yeah, that is 1,000 gold on Coney's head, but both Akeda and Reeve. However, Akeda looking to just completely run at Will Mass. Will Mass with the
Akeda has
Radiant Virtue
zero
this
fear
time.
here. Zero fear.
What fear is there?
I
You don't have to fear
mean,
anything because
I
you
was
don't
trying
have a
to be
shutdown
nice
anymore.
there, you did.
Yeah, yeah. No, I do not mean it like that. No, I do not mean it like that. You see, I simply I meant that you don't have a shutdown anymore. You're able to play a bit more recklessly. I mean, because your death is not as big of a loss.
Yeah.
So that shutdown. I believe that went to a Joss actually. So
It
Joss
did.
so Joss has more. Really? Wait, wait, I thought the Joss got a triple kill last fight.
They did. They got the triple kill.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. Yeah.
did.
Oh,
So
Joss,
that kind of
the gold lead in the bot lane is now going over to Joss. That's really good. Now
nice.
Joss is at 3 items now. Collected Gale Force and Bloodthirst. So that's just gonna. Joss will be very tanky because again there's no anti heal from either side. And I'm gonna like because both Bach and Surfswalk can give anti heal, but there's no anti heal. You see from the side of Grandma's. So Joss
Radiant
is gonna have
Virtue was purchased by Ornn, which is a very interesting item because doesn't it make you heal with your ultimate?
Basically what Radiant Virtue does is that it allows you to heal both yourself as well as the allies that are near you.
Oh.
It also increases your max HP, which wait, you see which will Akeda does not have LDR, as is Reeve, so you're not necessarily so you're not really gonna be worried about like
Oh.
LDR like doing more damage.
Ari does have the Oblivion Orb, so
Yes,
they
so
are
does
going
Swapple.
for some type of heal cut. So
Both Bach and Sorcerer, they're both going to build on the Melanoma. They're probably going to wait last time to build that. They're just sitting on the Oblivion Orb. You
yeah.
see, because that's what you have to do here. And now this game is now separated by 9,000 gold, which was less than earlier. I believe it was closer to 10k.
It was only
And these
6K
guys are not
earlier
even.
last time, but there's a little
No,
bit of
or I saw. Yeah, I
a
saw like I think I saw 10K. I think I saw 10K at one point. I'm not too sure, but um,
there's a CS difference in the jungle here though. You've got
that
184 to
in every
122.
well, what's in top end jungle as well. What's top
Yeah.
as well? That is 40. That's 40 CS up.
But hey, Nyla is leading in CS in the bot lane,
Eh,
so
okay, so it's Baka. So Baka has one more CS. So Baka's winning, right? But Baka's winning lane. There you go. There's two CS. There's two CS lead, all right?
two CS,
Baka
yes.
the two CS
Two CS.
is the Baka is gonna one shot. The Baka is gonna watch out Akeda. There you go.
Alright,
That
so
one is
Baron
just CS.
is spawning now. I don't think
Yes, the
that
middle is gonna push
Eclipse
now.
Guys is in any position to kind of try
Yeah,
to.
you know,
They're
there's
gonna
no,
burn
yeah,
this way too quick.
yeah, you don't even want to try and contest that. ACK, wait, ACK is still away the Raptors. I'm not too sure. I don't think so, right?
They just need to start side laning. They need to get that tier 1 and bot down, or the tier 2 and mid down, to kind of
You need to get
get
any
them
tower,
back in here.
honestly. They
I
need
do
any tower to
think
get back into this game. They need to see. They just need this dragon, which will be spawning in about 2 minutes. So AGK swinging out for vision. You see, and I do want to point out, see, this top side is you see is there's a pretty good vision here in this top side.
absolutely.
Obviously, front side of Gamma's, so it's pretty good. Can
Okada's
sunsets.
pushing pretty hard into that bot side. She wants that turret, so
Yes. Yeah. Do yes, the Grandma's does want this top tower here, and they will get it.
oh
Yes, there it is. Sunsets here on the flank is
oh no. This is dangerous here. Knockup's coming in. The Ornn ult does knock them up, which allows the ult from Jaws to come out, but I just don't think that this is enough. Reed does take down the Muffin Man.
going to those eyes.
Will
Johnson's can
Master Fu
follow.
does take down Aatrox, finally.
There it is.
Oh,
Aatrox is
double
finally
kill
dead.
on Reed. Not quite
However,
sure.
that
Or,
is going to be the
oh my
game.
gosh, yes.
This is Grandma's winning 2-0.
2-0 in
So you
favor
get
of
ETP
GG.
member. That is game 2. ET Penumbral. See, ET Penumbral losing the first game.
You know what?
They'll
It's
surely be back
it's
next week.
week 1.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Um,
This week one was still, still learning. He's still figuring out. He's still figuring out. So I'm sure that they will, come back, and I'm sure that they will do even better next week.
absolutely. Now
Um,
let's look at the damage here. So King Coney did 23k, which was the highest damage in the game.
I do want
The
to point out,
difference in top lane. Go ahead.
uh, um, Reeve, the second lowest damage, did more than Baka, who did the most.
I
That is,
mean, it was an
yeah.
unfortunate matchup. I don't think Arya was gonna win that versus Tristana. She just has way too many hops and like the damage output. I mean, Arcana
It
was
isn't
eight
even
two
with the
and
hops.
five, so
Honestly, in my opinion, in that matchup, the concern isn't even the hops. The concern is that Tristana is able to counter push, because what Arya wants is to be able to roam as much as possible. Tristana doesn't let her roam. Tristana is able to match wave clear. So
oh
and
yeah,
that's honestly why
absolutely,
Tristana is a really good mid laner right now.
absolutely.
So yeah, so it was just a really tough matchup made. And even like even in this top lane, um, so even like in top lane, you see, and Sunsets was just everywhere.
Yeah.
Sunsets was right place, right time every single time. And then this bot lane did go very even. This bot lane was like very much okay.
Oh, absolutely.
The issue was just the top side of the map, just absolutely, just like that was a huge landslide.
Joss was definitely very much more comfortable on Nyla than we saw on Seraphine. So, but that is going to be about it for us here tonight. I do want to thank Execute for letting me come and cast for you guys. It was fun. I really enjoyed hanging out here, and I hope to see you guys again soon. And thank you, Adrian, for hanging out with me tonight, and of course for Cam in the background being the wizard behind the curtains. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back again So make sure that you keep an eye out for our announcement.